Temporarily, I actually have to manually press the end stream and start stream button because even though my stream deck was working literally 30 minutes ago, it's not working now because there's something wrong with the app and I need to delete and reinstall it. So actually, it's been happening a lot whenever I switch profiles, where the stream deck, and not just a stream deck, but the application for OBS, for Audacity, which is a video recording. Then thank you for the follow. It was Roy. It really means a lot to me. Wow, right off the bat. The applications for Stream Deck, OBS, Audacity, even Photoshop has actually had some issues where whenever I switch profiles, the shortcuts are kind of corrupted and I will need to delete and reinstall it. So I think the same thing just happened with my Stream Deck and I didn't realize it. I actually just installed a software update for my Stream Deck and I thought it was working, but apparently it's not. So when I am done with the stream, I'm actually gonna have to manually hit the end stream button on the OBS instead of reaching over and hitting the button on my Stream Deck. Really kind of unfortunate. Any case, really glad to be back here. I will say it's very kind of rare that it literally just started streaming. You get a follow, so really do appreciate it. Was Roy.
Ibihana, Zoom Dap Deep, Smeed, Smorgy Gorg.
Ah, Mior. Money's up.
Trying to grab this plate. Hamburger. Grab a plate.
Chihuahua Choo-Choo. Bouvat, Tagu.
You gonna eat? There you go. I need you to clean up, and I need you to get this highlighted. Put the leftovers away. I've actually been working out lately. I kind of realized on Monday morning, that I was kind of out of shape. I've been out of shape for a while and I've just been kind of denying it. And I found out that I'm 6'2" and I weighed 262 pounds as of Monday. And it was really kind of difficult for me to actually acknowledge it. I've been kind of in denial about my weight for a while, but I have finally accepted that I was actually out of shape and I started working out. It wasn't like anything crazy. It's not like I'm doing like dumbbell lifts or anything like that. I'm literally just walking laps around the block. One lap around the block is essentially 0.8 miles. And 3 laps around the block is 2 miles. So I have been walking laps around the block and slowly doing more and more. Like on Monday when I started walking, I could only do 2 laps before I got winded. And today I walked 6 for a total of 4 miles, which is just kind of insane. I do kind of feel that my main issue as of right now is just trying to like build stamina, getting used to actually working out. I guess I'm not used to exercise. I've been kind of a sloth for a large portion of my life. So it's kind of jarring for me to actually just exercise and regularly. But I do feel that if I continue to work at it, I will. I've actually already like am able to like walk for longer periods of time, and I'm actually doing it with such frequency that I need to consume less water, consume water less frequently. But it's been kind of it's been kind of interesting. So I'll say. I actually, as I said about on Monday, I was 162, but I could just be weighted a little bit heavier because I may have just eaten at 8. I don't know. But on today, after I walked for 4 miles, found out that I weighed 155. So I don't know if like it's working. I'm actually losing weight, but some type of change is happening. I also kind of found out like there's the science, I guess you could say, behind weight loss is kind of complicated because your weight is determined not just by your fat mass, but your muscle mass as well. So you could be working out, but you're kind of like losing weight more frequently. You're kind of like your weight is going up and down, I should say. And it's because you may be losing body fat, but you're also gaining muscles, and muscle density do add to their own weight. And I think I am kind of getting stronger, like in my legs, but I haven't really like noticed too much of a difference. My stomach still protrudes out quite a bit, but I have been working out. I've been walking for longer periods of time, and I've been kind of feeling good. I think it was Roy. That name sounds familiar to me. Wonder if he followed me before and then he unfollowed me or something. I don't know. That name just sounds familiar. I think he actually followed me maybe a couple months ago or something. But I believe now I am up to 57 followers. So as I said, really do appreciate the support, guys. Oh, it's Spencer. Doesn't really matter what you do. I guess it does. Maybe eat something first. Something that I am kind of considering doing, and this is may actually, it's been something I've been considering for a while actually, which is I've been actually wanting to get back into Overwatch and actually start streaming Overwatch 2, and I'm thinking about doing it on Wednesdays, and like adding a new game on my channel, a thing that I rarely cover can only really help the growth of my channel. But it is something that I am considering doing. It's been something I've been considering doing for a while. I kind of have a mixed view on Overwatch. It may very well be one of the best at one point, I should say, it was one of the best multiplayer games out there. But it definitely kind of fell off for some. For me, I think what the thing that I enjoyed most about that game was the story. I love like reading the lore. I actually have a couple. I have one Overwatch book And I have one Overwatch book, and well, it looks like he aged up. I was wondering who that song was. There actually used to be a child living in this house, but it looks like he aged up to teen. I was gonna say something and I forgot what that was. Oh yeah, I was talking about Overwatch. I love the story of Overwatch. The story is actually probably the most fascinating thing about Overwatch. And as such, I actually really enjoyed the PvE missions. My major problem with it is it Overwatch 2 had a promise that it was actually going to have like an in-depth storyline with skill trees and quote infinite replayability, and then they kind of backed out on that. So it's really kind of unfortunate, but it's just there's really like nothing. They did provide 3 story missions, I guess I should say, but it wasn't as good as what it could have been. And then we found out that they just scrapped the entire idea of PvE altogether, which PvE was like the main selling point for Overwatch 2, and without the PvE, it is essentially Overwatch 1, just with 5v5. So it's just, I am kind of, I guess you could say I'm kind of conflicted. It's still, the multiplayer is still like really good in Overwatch 2, but it's just, it kind of lacks something that really what drew me in, and I think that probably my biggest pet peeve when it comes to writing is stories that are essentially unfinished. There's so many TV shows that I watched that essentially got scrapped, that got canceled after like a season. Like this TV series Bones, actually, which is like a cop show, actually has like 3 it has like 3 2, does that have 2? It might have 3 or 2 side shows that could not get past 1 season, and I watched both shows, and those shows that it may have been more, but 2 is the only thing that comes to mind. But those 2 shows are The Finder and Rosewood. The Finder is essentially like a show where a guy essentially has the ability to find any object that someone has lost, and it's actually been really fascinating. Like people will come to him and pay him to like find like something that no normal person will be able to find, and he does like his own investigation. It's always just fascinating to watch that show. But they canceled it at literally the biggest freaking cliffhanger, where they canceled at the biggest freaking cliffhanger where essentially all of his friends were taken away from him by a woman that the main character referred to as the Hider, essentially his polar opposite. And it kind of left with the thought of him like losing everyone closest to him, and they just kind of canceled the show after that. And the Rosewood was kind of the same thing, but it kind of had like a less serious thing where it was a cop show where a cop was actually working with a doctor who also provided intel. Sort of like it was sort of like the role that Lucifer plays in the TV show Lucifer. He's essentially like helps the police with their investigations. Rosewood was a very interesting show to me, and they kind of had like an interesting dichotomy between Rosewood and the detective. But then they kind of dropped that show. They dropped it entirely after one season, and again they ended off on a cliffhanger. And the same thing kind of happened with same thing happened with the same thing happened with God, I can't think what it's called. Overwatch 2, where they had a show, they did 3 missions where they're building up the antagonist, and they had like a huge freaking cliffhanger showing what was presumably like the 4th mission. And we were actually gonna get some lore on a character that essentially had very little lore. And we didn't get that. And we will never get that now because the the developers have essentially scrapped that story. It's been really kind of frustrating, as you could say, because it had potential, but it's now essentially all thoughts of like where that story could go is essentially lost, and there's no sign of it ever actually being finished. So it's really kind of unfortunate, but it's really unfortunate. But what can you do?
Just is.
Ooh.
Where are we at in regards to car power? Do you actually have enough for an award?
uh,
Change outfit every day. Change shape. Center. Something else that I wanted to talk about was actually making those grunts. Something else I wanted to talk about was actually something that I kind of realized is going on with Twitter, where it seems that after Elon Musk has bought the company, the moderation of Twitter has essentially gone downhill, where people are able to post whatever the fuck they want with very little ramifications as to what they publish, and it's really kind of unfortunate. But it's just I have been told that people essentially post, and I really should not say this, but I'm going to. I have been told that people have actually posted pornography on Twitter, and just last night when I opened up Twitter to check for an update for someone I follow, literally on my home screen was pornography. So it's really kind of dumb, but it's just if this happened, like God, if this happened like 10 years ago before Elon Musk bought the company, I guarantee you those people that paid for I guarantee you that those people that posted those type of things, if they were to post it like 10 years ago, would have their content be instantly removed by the moderator and have their account suspended. But people seem to not care with Twitter nowadays, and it's really kind of unfortunate. But it's just that's just something that I've just been kind of realizing as of lately. It's just people, just things that I appreciated, I guess you could say, things that I've like grown used to, has gradually changed and often for the worse. And I don't know how that makes you feel.
Ooh.
Like even Twitch has actually undergone some changes where it's still probably like the best platform for people for like streamers and engagement, but it's actually in relation to ad revenue and all this kind of stuff is actually kind of is not as good as other companies, and it's mainly because of the changes they made and the splits between the amount of profits that Twitch makes versus the amount of profits that the streamer makes, where it seems to be mostly in the Twitch's favor, and the streamer essentially gets nothing. I have stated in the past that I'm not doing this strictly for motivation for money. It's kind of more so as a way for me to have fun. But it's been kind of frustrating, I guess you could say, whenever I kind of experience or even like hear certain things that kind of brings to light like certain problems with what I've been experiencing. And I do kind of wish that some type of change were to be made. Like it's just sometimes like, things change simply for the worst, and it's kind of a challenge. It's kind of frustrating, but it happens.
Oh.
I think the best thing we can do is just to try and like move forward and just sort of accept it. But most people, including myself, are just not in a position to actually change anything. Why do I have 5 free karma uses?
Huh?
So our main focus is trying to like complete the fishing challenges. There are maybe 5 fishing spots in this game, and I know of 4.
Bobble Jigmar.
I think I know of 4 fishing spots. So our main primary goal is to try and catch all the fish. Get perfect fish on all things. Looks like we got bills in the mail, so we're gonna need to pay that off. Okay. So we should have one left. Oh, we have two left, I should say. Okay, one more. So now we are at 1.49. Yes. Let's go fishing. Actually, let's check our challenges and see what fish we have. I think we caught 4 perfect fish and there are 6 in that pond. Wait, we caught 3? We caught 4. I miscounted. I was gonna say, I thought we got like I know for a fact that we had 3 perfect fish yesterday. Not yesterday, last week at the start of last week's stream. Yeah, let's go ahead and inspect the water. So we still need a Siamese catfish and a black goldfish, I believe. Got another perfect rainbow trout. Got Gord's largest skills level 10. Perfect rainbow trout again. Another perfect rainbow trout. So I believe we are at fishing level 8. The years have been kind to the police station. Your bossings fixing the decor could really improve things. Paint something original as soon as possible and bring it into the police station to hang up. Also, make sure your job performance is increased for your efforts. To my knowledge, I don't think if these were my pets and these pets were like starving to death, essentially social services would take my pets away, or like animal control, whatever, would take my pets away. I don't think that can happen for like an AI's house. Long lost young again pet potion? Hmm? Young again pet potion. Intriguing. Young again pet potion. So the reason why this is weird for me is in Sims 4, karma powers are essentially replaced with potions. And that's one of the things I disliked about the changes made with in Sims 4 in comparison with Sims 3 is I actually kind of consider the karma powers in Sims 3 to be better than the potions in Sims 4. I took a look at the potions available in Sims 4 at one point, and I do recognize this potion as being something similar to what was available in Sims 4, except it's a youth potion for normal Sims and not a youth potion for pets, because pets weren't available until the second year or something when they made a pet DLC for it. So it's interesting that we have this. I didn't even know that potions were a thing in this game, but I'm actually kind of curious about something. Sims 3 potions. Hold on. Getting something that... This is one of the things that doesn't actually... So there is a chemistry thing in regular Sims 3. In fact, it may be like an expansion of Sims 3. But chemistry is not a skill you can have with Sims 3 pets. And I can't find a list of potions. So I found a list, but again, it is for Sims 3. Imaginary Friend Metamorphium, Ninja Vanish, Ghost Potion, Sleeping Elixir, Bladder Flow, Radical Repairum, Liquid Horror, Stink Juice, and Mood Enhancer. And again, that's potions in Sims 3 Generations. I cannot find anything for potion in Sims 3 Pets. Information for that is just not there.
Oh.
Eat leftovers, hamburger.
Bippity bips.
Inventory. Work on your homework. Did you break the TV?
Ib. Borbale. Uh. Fwib fwab. Gossibo.
What are you doing? The toilet's right here. So one thing that I will say, we are essentially in the home stretch of this generation. Once we get perfect fishes for all the fish in this game, then we are going to be getting gardening to level 7 and actually growing the 2 plants we need. We need a life fruit and we need flame fruit. We need 2 flame fruit actually. So we need life fruit and we need a death fish for ambrosia. And we need an egg and a flame fruit and an egg for baked angel cake. Inventory. You need to work on your homework. And now I need you to go fishing. Okay? So we will likely be getting fishing to level 10 in this stream. There is something that I also was wanting to talk about and I think about it. I've been actually kind of thinking about it for a while. I kind of got into a back and forth, not really so much of an argument as it is in a disagreement. I classify myself as an atheist, however, I do have some sort of like religious beliefs. I don't really believe in God, but I do believe in the afterlife. I do believe that there is somewhere someone goes when they die, and it should be based on your actions in life and not based on your religious beliefs. The thing that kind of frustrates me is I find myself frequently at odds with religious people because I'm always attacked by family, by friends, by strangers who are adamant in thinking that I am gonna go to hell, that I am just not good enough for those religious people who just see me and my beliefs as wrong. And this is sort of my problem with religion as a whole. My mom is a devout Christian, and what was kind of frustrating, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, is she sees she is has already accepted that I am not going to be going to the same place as her, which to me is kind of problematic because to me it's kind of problematic of the concept of religion, where it kind of casts a divide among family and friends, where we're just never viewed as equals or never viewed as the same. There's always some sort of like high and mighty superiority with people who are religious versus people who are not. Where people who are religious are often like so set in their ways. They think that because they believe in God, they are going to be rewarded for their actions regardless of what they're going to do in life. And it just kind of, to me, it kind of presents a problem. And I always just make this argument whenever people get into a conversation with me. I always make this argument that if you really believe that simply believing in God will get you into heaven, then do you think that Adolf Hitler would be in heaven, since he is actually a Catholic? He was a practicing Catholic when he was alive, and his grandmother was Jewish. No one ever gives this good answer for that. They always just find excuses, and they say, oh, well, my friend just asked me, so, well, he wasn't, like, serious about, like, being Catholic or something like that. It's stupid. Like, people just find excuses for problems with their religion, and just they can never really accept someone for their own beliefs, and they always have viewed their beliefs as wrong. Excuse me. And it's kind of frustrating whenever I try and have a conversation with people, and as soon as I mention that I don't believe in God, like they just constantly attack me. They just they kind of talk to me in sort of like a condescending tone, as if I am gonna be going to heaven. They'll say something about, "Oh, I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you."
Mm-hmm.
I got into an argument on YouTube where someone made a really stupid comment in my eyes. Where someone says they won't. This was in some random video. It was actually. I can't remember what it was about, but it was some video on YouTube, probably gameplay related. Or someone in the comments said something about Jesus walking the earth and that we will all be saved and all this kind of stuff. Essentially preaching the second coming of Christ. And I've been seeing like a lot of that on YouTube where a lot of people try and proselytize their own religion onto other people. And I've honestly been kind of getting tired of it. So there was a point when I said, I responded to that person and I just vocalized my beliefs, and then I was immediately attacked by it. Someone actually said that my beliefs are problematic and presents like a flawed, whatever, like say my perspective was flawed and all this kind of stuff. And then he or she, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but they say they kind of went back and forth. I kind of further explained my opinion, and they straight up they kind of attacked me. They said, "Oh well, it's just kind of a shame because you're just not going to be going." Essentially saying you're not going where I'm going, which is an argument that I heard a lot, and I kind of grown tired of it. And then that's when I just kind of went into it. I just said what I believed. I said all the problems that I have with Christianity and the problems with Christianity, and sort of like the problems that people, arguments people have regarding Christianity, and it just kind of left a kind of a sour taste in my mouth, I guess you could say, because it's just I see those type of talks a lot. I have no problem if you're Christian. I have no problem if you're Jewish. I have no problem if you're Catholic. Just don't push your religious beliefs onto other people and we'll be fine. My mom's church they have Thanksgiving dinner every single year where the day, not the day of Thanksgiving, but the day before Thanksgiving, they have like a fancy dinner where the entire congregation comes and they eat like turkey, mashed potatoes, like all the traditional Thanksgiving stuff. And the last couple of times I went there, my mom's former best friend, her best friend died of cancer a few years ago, but her former best friend's husband, her former best friend's husband, I almost said her former best friend's husband died. Her former best friend husband keeps on trying to save me, which is something that I've kind of grown tired of. Where last time I was there, he just said, well, maybe I should get you a book that you should read. As if, like, a book will actually convince me to just abandon atheism and just become a Christian, like, just magically. It's just, I have no problem if you're religious. It's just so many people just try and push their beliefs onto other people, and that's really what I have a problem with. You can be religious all you want, just be respectful of others and their beliefs. Don't try and change people. Don't try to save people who are not interested in being saved. or happy with their own beliefs and who just want to live their lives day to day. And it's just, I see that type of talk all the time, and it's upsetting. It's really upsetting. So, that's something I just wanted to talk about. To kind of go into like my own like pseudo religious beliefs, I don't particularly believe in God, but I do believe in an afterlife, and I do kind of have some reasons behind this. There is a documentary I watched a few years ago where this host of like a exploring series, Expedition Unknown, essentially just turned 50, and he kind of was confronted with his own mortality of sorts, and he wanted to investigate like different religions and understand their beliefs. He wanted to trying to understand like what happens when you die. He went to scientists. He went to people who had a close encounters with death. He even went to like a tribal society in like South Africa for answers. And in that documentary, it was really enlightening for me. But there was a scientist who did like a scan of the brain when someone dies, and they actually captured something leaving their body. The relation relating to like heat or like brainwaves or something. Like you could actually physically see something leaving a person's body when they die, and Josh implied that that could be someone's soul leaving their body. The host is Josh Gates. He's someone that I just kind of admire a lot. But and it's just he interviewed people who actually died on the operating table, but were of course resuscitated. And they all kind of had similar experiences of what they saw after they died. Some of them were atheists who claimed they saw what they believed to be heaven. And for me, it's always kind of questionable whenever I hear a Christian claim to have an experience about heaven, because there's always, I kind of feel like some sort of bias or some sort of dishonesty, I guess you could say, regarding the nature of heaven. But the experiences of some of these people and the similarities between them was enough for me to acknowledge about the possibility of there being an afterlife when you die. So that's one of the reasons why I choose to believe in an afterlife. The other thing is, I also acknowledge that there is a problem with the Bible. What the hell? I keep on getting things wrong. What was that true wealth? I also acknowledge that there is a problem with the Bible, where in the Old Testament, I remember this vividly. I remember being kind of impressed about that talking point. In fact, it was actually a discussion in my youth group back when I was still religious, when I was like 12 or 13 years old. But it made note in the Old Testament of God being exceptionally proud of a person. He was exceptionally proud of a person. Trying to think of a human's ability of free will, of a human's capacity for free will. And if God is so proud of someone having free will, of a humanity's free will, then it never really made any sense to me why someone would it never really made sense to me why God would only allow people who believed in him into heaven instead of people who were actually good people. And it's just I've always kind of viewed like God only allowing people who believed in him into heaven as sort of like being rather cynical and not really a good natured God that Christians praise that he is. And it's just again, like, talks of religion is always so controversial because all the different types and sort of like the toxic discussions regarding it. But uh I've always, because I believed the because I took note of that quote in the Bible, that discussion in the Bible. God damn it! I always believe that whether or not what is the requirements for someone being admitted into quote unquote heaven or hell is dependent on your actions in life and not so much of your own religious beliefs. And the reason for that is the reason why I'm so adamant about believing that is because it never really made any sense to me why God would only allow people who believe in him and just damn anyone who didn't. Because it just kind of gives the impression that Christianity is essentially a cult rather than an organized religion. And I guess in some ways you could argue that all religions are a cult, but it's a problem. It's just a problem that I have. It's just something that I've always kind of believed since I was a freshman in high school. It's just always believed that what got you into an afterlife, always believed in an afterlife, and always believed that the type of afterlife you were permitted in was based on your actions in life. It's just the to try and like end this conversation because I'm already kind of getting tired of it. I think this is it. This is what I thought it was. It must be a cumulative gain lifetime at 150,000 lifetime happiness on ones. It must be cumulative. So what are we missing here? Child prodigy, prodigy, prodigy. Ever remember this? Yes, there is. We're literally one away from this achievement. To try and like wrap up the conversation that I was having, as I'm kind of getting like sort of tired of that type of conversation. I sort of like the long and the short of it is believe in whatever makes you comfortable, believe in what you want to believe that gives you the most comfort in living, but don't push your beliefs onto others until they're willing or to hear them and accept them. Like, it's just, there's kind of a difference in my eyes between people who just kind of push their beliefs on strangers and push their beliefs on people who actually are willing to listen, who actually are willing to convert. Because people will often like push you away if you try and like push your beliefs on them. But if they have a moment to actually are actually conflicted and they want to have like further guidance in their life, they want to have some sort of anchor or something for their life, then that would be a good opportunity to push your beliefs. But pushing your beliefs onto strangers, in my eyes, is just like a surefire way to get yourself outright dismissed. And that's really what I have a problem with. All. It's just people who push their beliefs on others instead of acting as if their beliefs aren't valid. And I really do apologize. I fully acknowledge that topics of religion is very controversial. There are like 20 or something different religions. It's like 6 or 7 like branches of variations of Christianity. There's Catholicism, Judaism, Christianity, and some Day Adventists. There's all these sorts of types of religions, and they're not even like considering like this or like the Eastern beliefs like Buddhism and Taoism. But it's just I fully understand and I respect someone's beliefs for believing what they believe, and I only request that people respect my beliefs as well and respect others as well. Something more general. There is actually a reason. I think on my rules for my channel, I could be wrong, but I know I have rules against talking about politics. I don't know if I have a rule against talking about religion. In my eyes, the reason why I have talking about politics as a rule, like no talking about politics on my stream, is because politics are divisive, and there's always going to be people who believe in one thing, and there's always going to be people who are uh, who believe in one political field and who would often be attacked for their beliefs by another person in another political field. And I do fully acknowledge that talking about politics is kind of controversial. But I just wanted to just go ahead and say that I do want to go ahead and say that I do kind of feel that the same can also be true for religion, so that's why I try and keep that kind of commentary to myself. And like, if you're religious and you don't like what I have to say, what I had to say like 10 minutes ago, I guess to just sort of like keep your disagreement for yourself, or just simply say I disagree with you and just leave it at that. Just, it's okay to disagree with someone. It's sort of not okay in my eyes to attack someone for their own belief. And that's just something that I kind of feel is too common, especially in America with today's and what's going on today. I will also say one thing. I try and remain blissfully ignorant of certain events going around me, but there are some things that I can't really ignore so easily. What's going on in the world right now? What's going on in America right now? What's going on like in my online community right now is just people who have undergone like some sort of like suffering, like people who are struggling with war, suffering because of war, or people are just suffering because of uh certain like controversies or something. My heart goes out to you. It's been kind of, I guess, kind of crazy, I guess you could say, because it's just whenever you look on the news, like you just see more and more crazy stories. But just every single time, like just as I was talking about religion, I was just kind of reminded of what's going on in Israel, and it's just really do apologize. And my heart goes out to anyone who is suffering because of it. I'm thinking about buying an eventing table, which is I have a skill for Gort to work on. Again, like if I had the ability to change the lifetime wish, I would have Gort just be working on that, but we can't do that. So I'm honestly kind of tempted to buy a guitar and just have Gort work on his guitar, work on a guitar skill. What we can do actually, that's something we can do. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be Gort. What's her name? Bobby that learns gardening. I'm actually gonna buy uh I'm actually going to buy a book from the bookstore. I'm actually going to buy a couple books. It may not be open yet. We're going to have him work on the gardening skill. We need gardening. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Gort to level 7. And we're going to have him like get the ingredients we need from him. My brain just died for a second. God, stop freaking house. Something I am kind of thinking about. I was actually considering making Zara be in a romantic relationship with Neil Carranza. I'm still kind of thinking about it. Oh, that's interesting. Tanisha Ferguson is in the Goth household, so I'm guessing that of course, Rebecca Goth probably died. Does she have long distance friend good? Excuse me. So I think that we're actually going to start trying to develop a relationship with Zara and Neil. So for those curious, the next generation is going to focus entirely on Zara and Dylan. Zara is gonna be in the criminal career, and Dylan's gonna be in the political career. So we're gonna have them both be married and both have one kid. And we're not gonna have any pets.
Woo!
Limser.
Zor.
Lipdu. Mamba Funkle Nark.
Free. Kabolatanu.
Flarbni Mikatso. Sada?
Are you up? Oh, no, you're still sleeping.
Nebaclona. Bon Iba Nochi. Lachinibo.
Webzo. Madar.
Tig. Nupli Tika. Turabarbagronxy.
Ma Dani.
Uh-huh.
Neil Carranza, friendly.
Blitzergam.
Mm-hmm.
Manib.
Oh, that's a negative trait.
Robu la chobi. Amba nisni. Tufaro. Neba.
Jarka. Miwanita.
Tidiblalu.
Koha.
Lay. Azamaiba mom. Sibi Rabanaba. Kuba Nachuni. Dao aba na wuna whips?
Barzol. Mawikavar. Morikas.
Nanaba.
Ask for a book.
Zip subel burger. Urge.
Robu la chobi. Nisni. Tufaro? Neba?
Jarka. Miwanita.
Vidiblalu.
Gohan.
Le.
And ask about career.
Azamaiba mom. Sibi rabanaba. Kuba nachuni. Dao aba na wuna whips?
Barzol. Mawikavar.
Ebitork.
Morikas.
Nah.
Gossip.
Bargo. Kamiso wigati.
Lee Bog.
Friendly.
La. Budanataka.
Neba. Aniba Genshlo. Cordabaji.
Powder Hill. Vandia.
Trying to get him up to
Donka Duza.
friend.
Teague.
La. Mior.
Friendly, let's see. Show off Ghost Zapper. Okay, we're gonna save here.
Derp lerpa dwee.
Ah,
Two
Mawato.
beam.
Again, like if only flirting was as easy as it is in this game as it is in real life. For some, it could be easy. I have a horrible luck in talking to women I like. I just always sound like a stuttering moron.
Guessy diva J.
Ah, Sanahat.
Nasni.
Huh? Oh.
There has been a few girls that I had a crush on in my life,
Neek.
and I just struggle to talk to them. Like as soon as I'm infatuated with someone, I just stumble over my own words, and it always ends the same way. It always ends with the girl saying, "I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend," or at one point it was a girlfriend.
Vu maka figna. Tigu.
Oh, Vuyachi.
I honestly think that today I'm more confident than I was when I was younger. And I think Twisted helped with that. But still, like, there's the artist that I have been working with is the type of person that I would typically have difficulty talking to. I was honestly kind of the same way with a lot of my classmates in college when I was in master's thing, where I had issues simply talking to my female classmates, even though I didn't have an interest in getting a relationship with them. But it's always a specific type of girl that I always have issues talking to, and for some reason, the artist I've been working with, despite her being exactly the type of person that my first that the type of person that a younger me would struggle with, that would typically struggle with. Definitely have an easier time now. It's just, it's, I do kind of feel like that I'm having an easier time now, I should say. So wait, does that mean that we are romantic interest? Looks like we're going to be getting a raise today. The eat leftovers, Kubi Carbonara. We got a wolf, man. You gonna be going? Eat leftovers, Kubi Carbonara. Oh, I didn't even see that. Your painting has worked wonders for office morale. Crime is down, shelf cases are up, and the office is much more enjoyable place to work. Your boss is extremely pleased with your help and has boosted your job performance. So, is it full now? It is. So we're going to be getting a promotion after today. Not promotion, but a raise. How close are you to as morbid as this sounds? I do have a reason for this. How close are you to dying? Very close. There are 2 challenges related to death, and 1 achievement at the very least related to death. Or technically it's 2. We need to dance with death for a challenge, and we need to scare death for a challenge. And technically both are related to achievement. 1 is directly related to achievement. The one for scaring death is actually tied to an achievement called Fear the Reaper. Or don't, it's either fear the Reaper or Don't Fear the Reaper. Don't Fear the Reaper is a song by Aerosmith. I'm actually gonna look that up after I check this. It is Don't Fear the Reaper. Okay, so how bad did I screw that up? Okay, well, I know it's not Blue Oyster Cult. Okay, so let me just try this way. Who originally wrote Don't Fear the Reaper? Because I kept on getting a Blue Oyster Cult who wrote that song like, oh, I did a parody of that song 9 years ago. And they are not the original artist. Is it really Blue? It is Blue Oyster Cult. That's a band, apparently it's a band from 1976. I guess maybe like that video was published on YouTube 9 years ago. I don't know, but literally, what was I thinking? Aerosmith. It's not even like a. It's a song that I definitely heard before, but it's not a band I regularly listen to. I kind of grew up on uh I grew up on stop it. I grew up on classic rock. When I was younger, my dad used to take me and my family and friends out on the boat on we used to do it in Lake Shasta, which is in, remember if it's in like Northern California or Southern Oregon. I think it's in Northern California, like not too far away from the Oregon border. But he used to blast classic rock songs on the on in his boat, and one of the songs that he used to play all the time on the boat was "Don't Fear the Reaper." I can still picture the words for that song. It's a really good song. It's a really good song. But I just misremembered the band. Gorgeous Justin Bruce's garden skill level 2. Gourds can now weed its garden plants. Better produce on the way. Well, I was honestly hoping that would... What the fuck was that? I was honestly hoping that would fix the holes. Why did the screen shake? I was just hoping that would cover the holes, but I guess not. We're getting very close to getting fishing level 9. Keep on getting perfect rainbow trout. We still need a Siamese catfish. And we need the black goldfish. We need perfect variants of those. Start reading to Menace. Sure. That's a wish we had to get before. I think we still had the book in our inventory for the last time we got it. I don't know if he ever completed it. Someone was impersonating the mayor at City Hall today and the police were called on the case. Luckily, Alec arrived on the scene and 55 minutes later was able to deduce which person was the real mayor and which was the imposter. Alec is given a bonus for such a wonderful attention to detail. How about that? I found a work deer. Got another salmon or something. Oh, we got his inventory full? And no. I don't even know what we got. We got something. Later on the honor roll. Kind of unfortunate. When I was in high school, I've gotten all A's and 1 B. 3 or 4 semesters, 4 years at school, I essentially got straight A's, and then in the final year, senior year, I only had 1 B, and it was in math. Of course, it was in math. But yeah. Despite me doing that well, despite me having a 3.65 GPA, I was not 3.75. I should say I was not allowed on the honor roll. However, in college, not so much. My time in community college, for the longest time I had to see get degrees of mentality, and my GPA almost dipped below a 2.0. I was not happy about that, but I kind of corrected my course in university. But I managed to get myself on the dean's list 3 times in a row due to great performance in classes. Essentially got straight A's from my first year at my university to my last. And I ended this semester in my time there with a 3.95 GPA. 3.95, that's insane. Keep in mind that there's a handful of A minuses that I got. That probably was a reason why I didn't get they don't have honor roll for master's candidates, but they have summa cum laude and magna cum laude. What I would have qualified for was shit. I think it was magna cum laude. I think I would have qualified for magna cum laude, which is 3.95 to 4.0. And that was crazy. But there's one other thing that I will say about my time in university is I had frequent issues with insomnia. And we also got in the honor roll with Dylan. I had frequent issues with insomnia. And it got so bad that there were times I literally nice. I got fishing level 9. I has a good chance of catching some new types of fish. Get out there and cast away. It got so bad that there were times I went to school essentially half asleep, and I took so many cat naps in the lounge area in between classes. God, it was not pretty. I was stressing out so much, and I was stressing out so much. In college, and I actually had stress dreams about school. Like the most common type of stress dream I had, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest here, I have had dreams in the past where I'm sure like the most common part of the dream is you just like doing a presentation or something and you find out you're naked. I've had many dreams like that where instead of me essentially being naked is well, it's I'm still naked, but I'm like wrapped in my blanket.
So so.
Chanji.
It's just so freaking.
Box normal.
It's just so stupid. Like it's just. I have no idea why my brain was just stressing out so much over something that wasn't really a big deal. Like I should not have been stressing out as much as I have, and I still kind of have stress reasons about school today.
Si mwasa. Miyapato.
Snimu.
Sashimgan.
Jabadu.
Ha. Mm. Mm. Oh, Mazawa. So. Oh, Moobly or.
Trying to get it to a point. I think you can get into a relationship like oh, you know what? I don't think you can. There is a trait in this game called hopeless romantic. Hopeless romantic, as far as I'm aware, is the only trait where you can propose going steady. I could be wrong. Oh, never mind. So what does hopeless romantic do again? Hopeless romantic is more attention to another sin's romantic advances, be a better mood if they have a lover in the same room as him. Then will sign happiness from time to time if in a good relationship. Since her first read romance novels and watch a romantic TV channel, that I didn't know. Simo writes better quality romance novels and can write one when the Sim's writing level is 5 instead of 10. That's interesting. Stood up and heartbroken moods have a greater negative effect on hopeless romantic Sims than on other Sims. When the Sim becomes a single parent, a goal to get married, but not necessarily to the child's other parent will appear. Sims with the hopeless romantic trait aren't usually the best at proposing to someone. They will make everyone look at them. It's similar to the flirt personality and Sims Street Play. Gaze into eyes is an interaction unlocked with hopeless romantics. So I was actually wrong.
EK.
Zibo. Sami. Mahasnito.
Lipdor.
Shiwastipa.
So I'm thinking that I want to respect this guy if I can, and have him. No, I can't actually. I don't know why I said if I can. I'm gonna have him like go for the other branch of the music careers, one of the careers that we're missing.
Oh. 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 Was.
Derp lerpa dwi.
Zanasawa.
Muzab.
Trying to get the proposed going steady thing to trigger.
Guessy duva J.
Marwato.
Nasni.
Oh.
Niyaka. Bufurfnok?
Guess so. Oh. Sebidum. Ga. Huh?
Romantic. Kiss. I think we need to get extremely irresistible.
Mm.
Top flirny glarla. Ubaz.
Nibansel.
Okay, got extremely irresistible.
Ganga.
Proposed going steady. And it changed. God damn it. Freaking had it and then it freaking glitched on me. Why does it keep on doing that? Yeah, well, let's not worry about this now. We have other things we need to do. I have no idea why it's glitching out on me. You are not home. You need to come home. Okay, I need you to eat, first of all. Inventory. Work on your homework. You are not. I don't think I can get a promotion today. You may. I think you may just come shy. You are already at level 3, so we don't have anything to worry about you. You know, you may get promotion. Actually, maybe not. Nope, you got close though. Definitely tomorrow. I'm getting fish, perfect quick fish that I already have. Zara Knight, inventory, I need you to read. I need you to eat leftovers, could be carbonara. How are you doing on lifetime reward points? 14,000, we need 20,000 for long distance friend. What do you have for skills? Become friends with Gore, become best friend with Zara, become friends with Tanisha. Relatively easy to do. Kind of fast forward a little bit. Keep on getting perfect rainbow trouts. Just give me a Siamese catfish and a perfect black goldfish. That's all I need for this pond. Not a perfect goldfish, but not a perfect black goldfish. Come on. Okay, let's have you eat something. We're gonna have you take a shower. We're gonna have you sleep. My dog. Oh, I was gonna say something that would have been kind of stupid. I was gonna say, I guess I would have said my dog Spencer plus like my dog Spencer. I've completely forgotten what this dog's name was. I was gonna say how it looked like one of my old dogs. I guess that's why I named him that, because he is essentially named after one of my old dogs, possibly because he looks like my own dogs. Freaking mind of an elephant, or brain of elephant. I think that they say that there used to be a saying that a elephant never forgets. I wonder, like, essentially implying that a elephant's memory is fairly strong. I don't know how true that is. I always just, I always kind of viewed, elephants, as bad as it sounds, as sort of like a dumb animal, in terms of intelligence. I have no idea why I always thought that, but I did. I guess it has. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to like find a reasoning for that, but whenever I just kind of refer to my intelligence when it comes to lacking, and I say something stupid, I often just say I have the brain of an elephant, which is meant to imply that I'm as dumb as an elephant, I guess I could say, but really wonder how true that is. I need to check something. Uh, is it working? Okay, so I actually realized that I have not actually tested my audio at the beginning of the stream, so I just had to test it real quick. Stop! I need I need you to put this away. I need you to take use a bathroom and take a shower, and then you can sleep. spaghetti, clean up. Gonna have you sleep again. Uh, Las Vegas. My friends sent me a picture of a building with the name Trump on it. He lives in the next town over, so I was just legitimately kind of curious or was he took that picture. I guess he's in. It showed me a picture of a building with Trump on it in Las Vegas, and wonder if it's another casino. Because I don't think it's any secret. I don't think it's controversial to say that every single casino that Trump has owned has been bankrupted. It's just a fact. It is something that happens. Like Trump is certainly the only businessman who managed to bankrupt three casinos, and I have no idea. The picture that my friend sent me is a picture of another new Trump casino in Las Vegas, because it honestly also kind of looks like a hotel, which would kind of make more sense. There's actually one thing that I will say. I'm hoping. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this, even though I literally just got done saying like a couple hours ago that I try and like avoid like talking about politics. But I'm hoping this is the last year we really hear anything about Donald Trump, because it's not looking good with this presidential campaign, and honestly, I really I really kind of hope that Trump doesn't win, not because I don't want him not just because I don't want him president, but because of what it's kind of done to the people around me. It's kind of like so kind of create like an area of like so much toxicity. There was actually something that I kind of saw in the news today that really kind of surprised me, I guess. But again, like I try and avoid talking about politics on stream, but it's really kind of disheartening. I think I don't think this is gonna be a full 4-hour live stream. I'm starting to kind of feel a little bit lethargic right now. Like, which is to say, like, a little bit tired, slightly disoriented. So we'll see where we're at, like, in an hour or so, but this likely will be a 3-hour stream. One thing that I've been kind of hearing about, like, one of the main things that I hear about when people say they exercise is just how much energy they get when they're performing certain activities after working out, simply because of the adrenaline rush people receive. I was honestly kind of hoping that when I worked out, as I continued to walk around the neighborhood, I walked miles and miles around the neighborhood. I was honestly kind of hoping that I would kind of have more moments where I say, "Oh my god, I feel so much energy. I'm gonna go ahead and I can go ahead and write this book. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." Hasn't really happened yet. I'm sure that there's something that people are experiencing when they work out. I'm sure there's some truth to what they're saying, but I have not found that sort of quote unquote adrenaline rush. I've honestly been kind of feeling more drained than anything. One of my friends actually told me that he started working on, has actually been lifting weights. And he says that he's been essentially he's been lifting weights every morning whenever he goes to work. He works in retail, and whenever he goes to work, actually I don't know if it's retail. It's like he works in an auto body shop, and I have no idea if that classifies as retail or something else. But he told me that he works out like every single morning, and that he always like goes to work feeling great. I have not got that feeling yet. I've been actually kind of pushing myself to walk further and further. I said before, I said earlier that the first day I could only do 2 laps around the block, which is about a mile mile and a half before getting winded. The day after I walked 3 laps, which is 2 miles around the block. I kind of had to skip a day on Wednesday because I had to drive my dad into a nearby town to an auto body shop so he can drive his car home. But he trying to think. Thursday I walked 5 blocks around the block, which is 4 and 3.5 miles. And today I was actually able to walk 6 laps around the block for 4 miles. So I'm consistently pushing myself to do more and more. I'm actually starting to develop calluses on my feet where it's just always like, so using my hand as an example, say that my fingers are toes, I'm developing calluses like right in this region, like the area below where my toes connect to my foot. That's the part where my foot is starting to really hurt when I walk, and I think I'm developing calluses there. But that's just something I kind of consider to be kind of interesting. I actually was starting to develop calluses on my fingers because I was but at one point I was trying to learn how to play guitar, and I was kept on like practicing using the different chords, but I actually was starting to develop calluses on my fingers, but then kind of lost interest in playing guitar, and I lost those calluses. My dad actually doesn't think that I will actually continue to work out. He thinks that I will just stop, give up, like after a couple weeks. I'm honestly kind of desperate to prove him wrong, mainly because of the fact that he is always so. He's always so. You can now fertilize the garden plants with vegetables, fish, and other odds and ends. Expensive fertilizer like rare fish and vegetables tend to help your plants more, whereas special plants need the best fertilizers to really thrive. I'm honestly trying to think about what I was trying to say. He's always I think that he knows that I'm just like quick to give up. I'm quick to like throw in the towel. Like I'm typically like a very lazy person by nature. So I think that he's just doesn't think that this exercise thing will last because he just knows me. I'm kind of like determined to prove him wrong. If I just walk a little bit every single day, then eventually I will be losing weight. But it's just really is dependent on if I can continue to work on it. Floors, inventory, let's have you work on level 2 gardening. We are currently at 1.5 million. It's insane to me. Trying to wait until uh Zara's done with her shower for her to go to school. And I need you to go to school. It's a book just in time to begin working towards the excellence called out in its pages. Your school performance has increased. Hey, how are you doing? I need you to use the in shape to be thinner, and we are going to be eating leftovers horizontal before with gardening. And a fish. And it's time to use the bathroom. Have you work on your fun skill. We're on our last fishing skill. I'm fishing level 9. How are you doing? You are hungry. Good thing I checked. 5,000 points for mastering the fishing skill. You should need someone to come in after school to clean the classroom bug cage. Got that one before. Okay, so let us have you go home. And I actually want you to work on getting a relationship with Neil. I've been waiting there for a long time because my dog already went to work.
Stumsa. Arbal Gab.
So we're gonna try this again. We're gonna try and like get into a relationship with him.
Oh.
Hey, we got one more left. Got one more left.
Ah,
Siamese
so
catfish. That's awesome.
Oh.
I have no idea why that keeps on doing that.
Oh, la hamsawa. Tawani zats. Simwasa. Miyapato. Sashimgan. Ha.
Romantic. Let's go ahead and element appearance.
Ah, Mawato.
Neo Carranza. Romantic. For taste a joke.
Oh.
Why does it keep on doing that?
Lorgleet. Mm.
Neo Carranza. It keeps on doing that. Do not like it.
Ah. Son.
Every single time it glitches out, it resets my progress. That's what I've been noticing.
Zami-san. Mihawinashto. Amika. Nahari. Mm.
There is something weird going on. Let's have you just go home because something strange is going on. I don't know why it keeps on doing that. It's really starting to bug me. Inventory. I need you to work on your homework. So the only thing that we should be missing from this pond is catching a perfect black goldfish. There's quite a bit of bug muck, but you took the time to clean the cage and did a great job. The classroom already smells better. Performance has increased. Inventory. That $9 race or Spencer. Congratulations, Gord's impressive performance has earned a promotion to pet care specialist as well as a bonus $660. As a pet care specialist, your job now will be to just play with the pets, make sure they're happy for a few hours each day. It's all about laser pointers to tennis balls. So I believe that means Gort is level 3, so he maxed out that career. So if we look at the map, this is our third part-time job that we have gone to max level in. We got a max level in Mario's Market. We've gotten a max level in the bookstore. And we have gotten max level in Fort Paws Pet Center. There are... how many part-time jobs left? There's part-time job as spa specialist and receptionist. That's 2. There's a part-time job at the graveyard. That's 3. I think that may be it. Yeah. So that is 3 part-time jobs left in the entire game. How close are you to getting level 10 in logic? You're very close.
Oh! Ooh! Oh!
I need you to work on to eat food, and we're gonna help you sleep. We are gonna have you eat food. Gonna have you sleep. we if we can get this pond done, then that'll be great. And that's how we stop. We got a lot of fish. At least we got one challenge done. Let's have you go home, use the bathroom, clean first, and then flush. And now we're gonna have me use the bathroom and take a shower. So close to getting to max level. You seriously just keep like okay. And it's serve dinner. Let's go ahead and gotta make something quick. Sushi. Or took care of the mess so quickly, much to the delight of the store employees, that they even paid Gord some simoleons. But also managed to find some perfectly usable scrap and mix of wreckage that will come in handy when inventing. The grab a plate. Grab a plate. Like dogs are going ape shit in the backyard. I think I can go a little bit longer. Considering that I'm so close to finishing up that thing, I really want to get this done. think my mic was actually picking up my dog's barking in the backyard. If it did, I really do apologize for that. Really nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do. To like quiet them down. I think I just heard my dad just pounding at the window to shut them off. We have a major homeless problem in my backyard, in my town. It'd be really strange if I had a homeless problem in my backyard. But in my town, there's a major homeless problem, and is a sort of like a forested area behind my house, like in the forest, like a forested area behind my house, like a homeless people congregate there, and some of these homeless people actually have dogs, and I've been actually noticing that there is a homeless person that has a small dog, and he sets up camp literally right outside my fence. So if I were to hazard a guess, I'd say that my dogs are freaking out by that homeless guy's dog. The problem is, we used to have like a sort of like a plan, or like something that could actually benefit homeless people, which is we had a mental health system that people who are homeless would have access to, but that was actually shut down in the 90s by either Nixon or Reagan. And now we don't have that anymore, so a lot of these homeless people are actually suffering from mental issues, and they aren't getting the help they need. The unfortunate thing is, I'm sure that there are resources available. I'm sure there are resources available that a homeless person can actually have access to in order to be able to get back on their feet. But I don't know, like maybe they just are just happy or content with living on the streets or something. I don't know. It's really kind of sad, I guess. It's honestly kind of sad that homelessness is just such like a major issue in my town. Not just in my town, like in California in general. We are so close to getting to fishing level 10. I think we're gonna have. Huh. I think we're gonna have you work on your, well, we're gonna have you eat something first, but then we're gonna have you work on your athletic skill. Yeah, I need you. Well, you can continue to play video games. Get your fun level up. What level is your athletic skill at? Level 5, so we're gonna be completing a challenge. Congratulations, Zara has just improved her athletic skill to level 6. We already read this before. I don't know why I'm reading it again. Okay. Let's have you rummage. Like we are gonna be into level 10 very soon. Keep on getting perfect goldfish. I need a perfect black goldfish. Leader of the free world has caught wind of your crime fighting efforts and has requested you to get to City Hall to link up with other investigators to solve an important case. Time is of the essence. Go to City Hall quickly and solve the case for a hefty cash bonus. Due by Saturday. Congratulations, Bobby has just improved her fishing skill to level 10. It wasn't too long ago that Bobby was a very small fish in a very big pond. Nevertheless, Bobby made it to the top after countless casts and a few really big fish. There is no fish too big or too rare for Bobby to catch with the right bait and the right attitude. Check the fishing journal for skill milestones. Refine Bobby's fishing skills further. Couple things I do want to check. So we need to catch one of every fish type. And we need to catch 350 fish. Caught 120. You got 29% of the fish. The other thing I want to check was lifetime rewards 110,000. Is there anything that I want for that? Just meditate, the trance sleep is good. I won't need that much sleep. Beyond that, really trying to get all the good ones. So I have no idea what fast metabolism would do. What the heck is that? Beautifully decorated. I have no idea what fast metabolism would do. I guess I could look it up. Gourd is now level 5. The gardening season has fly by, but that doesn't stop Gourd from growing fresh fruits and vegetables like they were going out of style. Which can now plant uncommon seeds which are different above average gardeners. I need to check something. Sims 3 fast metabolism. So it just means that they'll lose weight faster when they are working out. It doesn't outright like cause them to lose weight. So I thought it would help, but it may not help. What is that ward? I'm getting excellent black goldfish. I want perfect. Come back between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. Okay, let's have you go home. We're gonna have you work on getting your whatchamacallit done. We can't do that. Eat food, sleep, go here, eat leftovers, golden fish sushi. Go on forum. A computer game. Okay, well that's the case, so let's go ahead and clean up and eat. Go here. Inventory. Read. And we're gonna have you play chess. Because you're so close to getting to level 10. And your skill. It's Zara Knight. Inventory. Inventory. Okay. So close to getting to level 10. We're literally right on the border. And we're done. Okay, let's go ahead and play computer games. Let's go to sleep. City Hall. Solve the big case. Got an outstanding black goldfish. Long lost rubber bone chew toy by Bone Co. Where's now level 6? Scientists and inventors from all over the world are flocking and dining Denmark Stadium for the great invention. Sure. Okay. Bills are paid. Argan clean. Argan use. And then we're gonna have you sleep. We're actually, when we get Alec to come home, we should have enough karma for karma power. I'm actually gonna use it on Alec this time, and we just gonna try and like get him prepared for work tomorrow. Because there's no way in how I'm gonna get him ready. Okay. Have you washed the dishes? Or do that? Just waiting until it gets to midnight so it's the next day. Still have not gotten the thing we need. What does those skills actually do for me? Skill milestone, I should say. Amateur ichthyologist, we can catch bigger fish. So it's not exactly what it does really help in regards to rarity. It's kind of a shame. Keep on getting excellent black goldfish. I should be able to catch a perfect black goldfish, but I'm not able to do it. Writing port on Austin Gaddis. Clean up. Eat leftover sushi. Use the bathroom. Take a shower. Watch TV. I've gotten an outstanding black goldfish before, so it stands to reason that I should also be able to get a perfect black goldfish. But we're just not able to get it. How are you doing? So I think I'm actually about ready to kind of wrap things up for right now. I actually streamed a little bit longer than I actually said I was going to do. I actually said I was going to be ending the stream at 3, and it's almost 4:30, 30 minutes after 3. I've just been really hoping I could just get this pond done, but I don't think it's going to happen. We still made great progress today. We got at least 2 challenges done. And we are on par to getting another challenge done. I'm gonna go until the end of this day. I'm gonna go until the end of this day. I think that that would be a good enough compromise. Also curious about something. Yeah, I kind of figured. I, I don't know why I was thought it would work. That's what we can do. You become friends with Gorge, and you become best friends with Zara when you become best friends with Bobby. Still have not gotten that fish. So we're actually pretty far along into the category. It may not take us that long to get to best friends. I said before, as an only child, I've always wanted to have a sibling, but it never really worked out. I've been so. I feel like I've been a good brother. It's just, it's kind of very lonely when you're an only child. You don't really have like anyone relate to. Just really have your parents and your friends, and that's it. But you don't really have someone that you feel that you can talk to in as a way that they could understand. Like you have your parents, but your parents can only do so much. Plus, they may not be able to see things from your perspective. It's really kind of a shame, I guess you could say, because it's it's really kind of a shame because there's a lot of instances. TV shows do this all the time, and also movies. But whenever children talk to their parents uh, about like a problem they're experiencing, the parents' response is not necessarily the best, and it's actually very common for a parent to actually make the situation worse or to overreact and kind of handle the situation not in the best possible way, which is kind of frustrating, and it happens all the time in movies, happens in TV. But with a sibling, you can actually have someone roughly your age or who has been your age, and you can actually talk to them in a way where you can actually you can actually gain more from talking to someone who's been experienced what you've been experiencing rather than from an adult who looks at it from a flawed perspective. What I'm trying to say. There's a certain word that's I'm thinking of, I'm trying to think of, but it's escaping me. Is there a way to see? Because it's just his sister. It doesn't tell me what. Doesn't tell me what friend level you are. That's really helpful, game. Guess we just have to keep going. Friendly. There's gossip. If I can get to best friends with Zara, I may have enough. No. Ooh. That will put me at 18,000 roughly, maybe 18,100. If we have two best friends and two friends. We're not gonna have enough. Gonna be just shy. I swear to God, like every sim in this game is filthy rich. Ah! Finally! This pawn is done! How was that for a reaction? So we should have 6. We do have 6. So let's take a look at the map. If we look at the map, there is a fishing pond here, it looks like. A fishing pond there. Fishing pond here. There's a fishing spot at the beach. So that is what? 3. There's a fishing pond here for 4. Fishing pond at the park for 6. I get the feeling there's going to be some overlap. There's probably some overlap. Dude, I am so happy. So what I'm actually gonna do, I really want to see what the thing is for this job because I never got that wish and I just want to see what happens. So we're just gonna go until Alec goes to work. Someone just gained a... Was it you? Yeah, it was you because you got the top on. Our night friendly. Let's go ahead and discuss favorite TV shows. I get the feeling we're close to the threshold of becoming best friends with Zara, which is great. Okay, literally in 25 seconds. Wait, no. Yes, that's correct. We're gonna be, we have to send these guys out to school. Okay, time to find out. This is probably for getting to level 10 in fishing. Mental skills like yours, only logical. Okay, so this is for getting level 10 in logic. This is for level 10 in fishing. We've already read the logic thing, at least I'm pretty sure we have. This is new. The Moss Key Fish Association congratulates you, Bobby Knight, for achieving the very highest level of achievement in your fishing endeavors. Decide this handsomely framed certificate to display with pride, knowing others will see just how skilled you are. You brought the case to a screeching halt by solving it once and for all. No more questions, no more deceptions, and no more criminals confounding the world's top investigators. You're truly... Oh, it looks like you got $5,000 from that. That's nice. Hopefully this cash bonus will make you one of the richest. Well, it helps, but I would argue I've already been kind of rich. In case, just go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and save and quit. If you are remotely interested in what you see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be for 100% completion. I'm going to be streaming Simply Putted again next Friday, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. I am not going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Unity tomorrow, because I'm going to be taking the time tomorrow to actually get the 2 multiplayer achievements offline. And I'm going to be streaming Saints Row 1 for 100% completion on Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. If you are interested in games you play for 100% completion, know that not only go for 100% in-game statistic, but 100% in achievements as well. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.